You know, I've tried to explain to my boys and my grandbabies too. I've tried to explain to them that you have to tell the people that you love them. And if you can do it every day, good for you.
Okay, I grew up in Illinois, one of 6 kids.
I was born in a small farming community north of here.
I tried college for a semester and I hated it.
The dean of my college sent me a letter saying that my 1.6 GPA wasn't sufficient to keep me in an institution of higher learning.
So I went in the Air Force.
The Air Force gave me an opportunity to marry my high school sweetheart, to have 2 baby boys.
I had my first child when I was in Berlin. That was in an American military hospital. And then I had my second child when I was in Italy. That was in an Italian hospital. That was a very different experience. It's not good. It's really hard. And my failed marriages have been to military. And I look back and I'm like, well, no wonder. The military gives you this false sense of maturity. They sign you up, they train you on a gun, they send you overseas. And then they put you in charge of people and you think that you're ready to make those kinds of decisions and that you really understand what marriage is about. I had no idea.
Think about the years I spent just passing through. Like to have the time I lost, give it back to you.
So after a streak of disastrous dates, I'm on Facebook dating.
She said that she was an open-minded, progressive, liberal Democrat. And I thought, okay, well, let's see how open-minded she is.
He said, so are you open-minded enough to have dinner with a conservative independent? Which he's not an independent, but I'll let that pass.
I expected she'd said I should eat alone and get bad gas because of it.
I looked at his pictures and they were horrible. There was like one where he'd been driving the truck all night and he's sitting in the cab of the truck. There was one really sweet one though that was him and his granddaughter that I thought, he's a grandpa. And he got this on his dating profile. I could get with that.
On the 23rd of December, we had our first lunch date.
He came and picked me up at my office and brought an orchid and cut flowers. First thing I thought was, oh, he is much better looking than his pictures. As we're getting ready to leave, he goes to put my coat on me, and I have a tattoo on my back. He took his finger, and on the skin of my back, above the tattoo, drew 3 hearts. I about melted out of my skin right that minute. Oh, I am in so much trouble. I think it was in the parking lot then when I said, I didn't ask him, I just said, I'm gonna kiss you. And I did. And I think that's when he knew he was in trouble.
After we had dated for a few months, she had explained that she would never, 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 never remarry.
I did say that, and I absolutely meant it. It was so not on my radar that it was way over there. I'm not doing this again. I suck at it. This is horrible. I'm not doing it again.
Welcome, family and friends, to this beautiful celebration of love and commitment.
You know you have a mic on?
Oh, shit.
One of the things that he would say every day was, have I told you today how much I appreciate you? And I think it was probably about 3 months in. He said, well, have I told you today that I love you?
Evening shadows and the stars appear.
And I started to cry. I don't know if I had said to myself, you're in love with this man before then, but I sure as hell knew it right then.
All of the evers kept falling off. It was never, ever, ever, ever like 5 evers. And then there were 4 evers. And then 3.
On my porch down in Virginia, they had come down to visit. After a bit, they sort of snuggled up in the chair on the front porch and got to talking. Out of one side of my ear, I heard them start planning their wedding. Now, mind you, there was no engagement talk before this moment at all. Both of them were cheesing like little kids.
I asked what happened to never, 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 never. And she said I should have never said that.
She texted me, she said, hey, come over, we want to talk to you. And I popped over to the fence because we live side by side, and I said, you guys getting married?
Do I have to go first?
Yes.
I always want to be home for you. I always want to be for you what you are to me, which is my safe space, my respite from the world, and my haven when things go crazy. Even when I'm the crazy one.
Yes. You help me understand that smiling and laughing they're good things. And I vow to honor and love you until.
By the power vested in me by the state of Ohio, it's my honor to pronounce you husband and wife, and you can seal your vows with a kiss.
Got tissue first?
Save that.
I don't. We must love each other.
We say that. We say that when we exchange vows. The preacher tells us, "Until death do you part." Man, what a crappy way to end it.
We're not spring chickens. Shit, we're not even stew birds, at this point. But, if we're lucky, we'll get, 20 years.
If I can make her smile or giggle every day for 20 years, damn good life. And, I'll say to anybody who has an opportunity to watch this, if you have somebody that you love, tell them you love them. Because you never know. I know that Carrie did really good work with my boys by the way that they accept Ellen. The hardest thing I ever did in my life was to call them on the phone and say, I'm really sorry, but your mama passed away. That's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. When my oldest son and his wife overheard us talking about a wedding venue and a flowered dress and whatnot, when we left that weekend, they called us on Sunday and they said, y'all aren't thinking about getting married, are you? Well, yeah, we're talking about it now.
Seeing the legitimate smile back on my dad's face, it sort of just set in my mind like, okay, they're going to be perfect. They're going to work out together just because, who nonchalantly plans their wedding.
Their mama did right by them.
From the first time I met him, I didn't want to talk to anybody else. I didn't feel the need to go on any more dates. I didn't know where this was going to lead to, but I knew I really liked this guy. He was funny, and he was kind, and he was the gentleman.
When you find a good woman, and she treats you like you're special to her, like you're important to her life, grab that one and hang on.
At this point, I can't imagine my life without him. I don't want to. I really don't. I almost get teary thinking about not having him. Because he's home to me. He's where my heart lies, and the rest of me just kind of naturally follows.
I have no idea how I got lucky enough to meet this woman. I have absolutely no idea how I got lucky enough. I ask her that a lot. How did I get so lucky? And she said, clean living. I said, no, it wasn't. She's exciting to be with. She's fun. She has a phenomenal sense of humor.
I've never been as open about my feelings. I've never been as willing to share. I've never felt as much my genuine self as I do when I'm with that man. She's one of the funniest, most intelligent people that I know. I love her with all my heart. So we're grateful you're here. We hope you enjoy yourselves. And that's all I got. You guys think?
She said never, 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 never again, ever. And here we are. I can only hope that every year old demographic and find a woman half as good as the one I got. Can't have mine. I think that's a country song, but you can't have mine, but you need to find your one, because she really does make life worth living.